What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Electrify YouTube channel. Today, Seth and I are putting some parts on his quad.
Yes, we
Seth,
are.
what do we get?
I got a box, and you know how we love boxes here.
Congrats.
And
You have cardboard.
What?
I said, congrats, you have cardboard.
Yes, actually. If you see here for who it's from.
So Seth got himself some Quad Logic Footwells.
Yes, I did.
So these things are really nice. We've, obviously there's a lot of other brands out there, but there's a reason we chose these over top of some of the other brands, and we're gonna go over those in a minute. But first,
Let's get them out. Let's see.
it looks like it's definitely packaged well with these. So actually the first thing I noticed about these when Seth and I just moved the box around is the box is pretty light, which is nice because most Footwells, they're heavy, dude.
Yeah, they are. So.
Let's go ahead and grab one. I think they're both gonna come at the same time.
Yeah.
There they are. Oh. Popping the poppies. Oh, dude, those things, I can see them already.
Oh, yeah. Let's take a look here.
Let's cut them open here. I can already see the reason why we chose these ones. It's the biggest reason. So we're gonna go over this in a minute.
So let's see.
Get them out, boom. Get rid of that paper. Hell yeah.
All right.
So look at these things. These are some beefy boys. They're actually pretty light, huh?
They're not bad. I don't know a weight on them. I don't have a scale, so. Things I really did like about these, you know,
They retain-
it's got that kind of factory look to it.
That was the biggest thing I had for these things.
And then look at this. I mean, if you're riding mud, that's a lot of clearance for these things. I mean,
So our biggest complaint about a lot of the other Footwells out there, we're actually going to show you one pair real quick.
Yeah.
We're not going to mention, I'm going to blank out the manufacturer because I'm not trying to shoot down other
this is
manufacturers.
the other thing
But yeah, reinforcements.
I really liked about this. It actually goes to follow your lines of your quad.
Yeah, so it looks,
as opposed to being
my whole thing with,
cut.
when I do aftermarket stuff on my quad, I like it to look pretty factory.
Yeah.
And these look like they're possibly something that could have came factory, or at least been an aftermarket upgrade from the factory that Can-Am could have offered or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, these things are.
So we see all these, we see all the really nice bends in it and stuff like that, kind of retains this look which the factory has, retains this deal that the factory has. So actually cool part about these Footwells, I don't know if I was one of the first people to know about these or not, but a while back I actually messaged Quad Logic because I was interested in some from my quad, but they weren't out yet, so they didn't even have them, they weren't advertising that they were making any or anything yet.
They were in the design process.
The reason I messaged them is because I like the ones for the Polaris.
Yes.
They had really nice Polaris ones.
Yes. Yeah.
Now let's go over to another brand here. So here is another brand. Like I said, I'm probably blanking out the bottom right now.
So this is one thing that I don't like out of most
straight up and down.
Wells.
They look thrown together to me.
It's quick. You know, it's a quick thing.
Are they effective? Yes, but absolutely. I mean, look what you got here. You got you got plastic showing here. I mean, yes, you can cut this way. It looks much nicer. Same thing here. You could cut that so it looks nicer. But I mean, come on, like, why couldn't they just do the thing?
Yeah. But also look at the drainage.
Oh yeah, the drainage. The drainage
so your
is
drainage
horrid.
You have good drainage for water, but when you have mud, it doesn't have a lot of space to drain through. Now, this happens to be one particular brand. I'm sure other ones can be better.
But yeah, so these things look killer. They obviously got some really gnarly looking, dude, feel those. Do not get your shins on those, dude.
Oh, God, no.
Do not ride this barefoot.
What I do also like about this is, look how far out that comes.
Yeah.
That comes all the way out, as opposed to other ones that kind of don't come all the way out.
Yeah.
And you know, like you saw on that.
I like how this looks like I can actually fit my foot in it. Some get so tight that I got a big foot, so can I get a tape measure?
Everybody's gonna make fun of my dirty ass waiter boot, but this is a size 12 waiter boot.
Tons of room.
So you can probably fit a 13, 14 with these in there.
Oh yeah.
If you got a 15, good luck.
Sorry, bud. You gotta do what I did to my quad, extend your crap. All right, so right now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and get all of Seth's stock floorboards off. We're gonna show you all the tools you're gonna need for that and how exactly to do that. And then we're gonna go ahead and start installing these bad boys and see how they look. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this, I'm not gonna lie.
So the reason that Seth's also really excited about getting these bad boys is because we've actually partnered with Quad Logic. So we are now going to be bringing you some Quad Logic content to the channel, starting with these bad boys, but we're also going to be doing things like ball joint changes, tie rod changes, you name it, parts you need to replace on your quad and stuff like that, they got you covered. So we're gonna be doing a lot of those type of videos. They also offer a lot of stuff for Polaris. That's their main deal. They do a lot of Polaris stuff. They're just getting into Can-Am now. So maybe we'll even hook the Polaris up with some stuff.
I will say my Polaris has QuadLogic's battery relocation. It's got QuadLogic's rear bumper / grab bar. I mean, and they're really quality parts. And the thing that I like about them is they're made in America.
Yes.
They are based in...
That's dude, perfect timing. You're right in front of your American flag.
So they're actually located in Ramsey, Minnesota. So they're made in the USA, quality product, and everything I've had from them so far I've been very happy with, so I can't see these being any different.
And we beat the crap out of our stuff, so we need stuff really that's going to last. Let's be honest here.
So.
All right, so let's get some tools together, show them what they're going to need to do to get these stock plastic crappy things out of here.
That's it.
All right, guys, to complete this job, we're gonna need a panel popper tool. These you guys can get on Amazon. They're the best things ever. If you have a Can-Am, you're gonna wanna have these anyway. You need some 10 millimeters, not only wrenches, but sockets. You need a Phillips screwdriver. You're gonna need some 7/16 wrenches. That's for the new bolts. You're also going to need some Torx bits. So we have a T30 Torx bit. We have a T20 Torx bit. And we also have a 4mm Allen head. So that's adding more 10 millimeters? Oh, 7/16.
7/16, you know, whatever happens to be.
More 7/16 sockets, and it's always helpful to have a nice magnetic tray around so you're not losing all the bolts you're taking out. So when getting into something like Footwells, you can't be discouraged to start taking some plastics off. You should know how to take your plastics off on these quads. We're gonna go over how to do that anyway, because you should probably know how to do that if you have a Can-Am, because you gotta get in there, clean the engine and stuff like that. We have to do it every ride. So obviously you're gonna have to pop the seat off here. Get that waterlogged seat that weighs 70 pounds out of here. Seth, my God, have you cleaned your quad, dude? What the heck is this? Do you not pull your seat off to clean your quad?
The last time I did not know.
Bro.
Whatever.
All right, airbox cover. Just yank up on it, pull it out, get it right away, throw it to the side. All right, so after you remove the airbox cover, you're gonna pop up your gauge cluster. Seth's is a little bit hard to remove because we got the snorkel kit on there, but underneath here from the factory, you guys will have, actually you still have yours in on this side.
Do I? It's not on this side.
You got a Phillips head screw right there, gonna remove. Then under here, you have to remove, Seth's missing his. He's doing really good with his hardware in his quad. But right here, there's gonna be a push pin.
Oh no, I only have one push pin here.
You have a push pin here. And then you should have a push pin under here, but Seth doesn't have his either. But back there.
That's for quicker
boom.
access.
Even though you didn't clean it last time, so you're gonna get to see a nicer dirty engine.
Oh yeah. You said I actually have a Phillips on this side?
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and remove that guy, and then this whole panel will pop right off. All right, so remove your side panel here. Easiest thing to do is you kind of just pull forward into all Seth's nice mud.
Oh yeah.
Swing it out. Kind of bend upwards, and then they'll kind of walk out. Like I said, normally you can pull your whole dash panel off, but Seth, of course, we got our big snorkels on there, and he's got Scully, which is in the way. There we go. And that'll expose Seth's horribly disgusting engine.
Yeah, look at that, horribly disgusting. So.
All right, so now we're gonna go to the other side and take off that side panel. I think you got all the push pins out of this one?
Yeah, that one's ready to go.
All right, same thing. Kind of pull out, forward, lift up. It kind of clips in up here underneath the dash. And there we go. I hear all the mud just falling right now.
God, yeah.
And we're out. There you go. Wow, that's gross. Nice job, Seth. So now we have access to the floorboards. Now you guys will probably have your inner fender wells in here. Seth's removed his, but there are a couple of push pins on them. You're gonna need to remove those. You'll see which ones you have to remove.
There's like 6 push pins.
Yeah, they clip to the stock floorboard right here. There's 2 spots for it. All right, so now we're gonna grab our T20, our T30, I think it is, right? Yes, T30, and our 10 mil. And we need a 10 millimeter wrench too in a minute. We're gonna start popping the bolts out. Easiest way to do this, we have our impact. It's Makita though. Hopefully it works.
Better.
Yeah, I'm a DeWalt guy. I'm sure people are gonna give me crap for being a DeWalt guy too.
You know what? Everybody's got a personal choice.
They work, that's all that matters, it gets the job done. So you have 4 bolts on this side, 5 on the other. We'll go over the other side in a minute. Now this is the only thing I don't know if it'll fit in here with the impact. We're gonna give it a try though.
I think it does.
So you have your T30 up in the corner here. Gonna remove. And then along with the T30, you have the T20s, so you have two of them right here and right here. All right, so the front side, you have the same thing. Another T30, two T20s. Seth already has his T20s out because sometimes we don't put all of our stuff back together fully, because why would you?
A lot easier to take it apart.
Yes, it is. Now comes the fun part.
This is actually the part I absolutely hate.
So basically, I put my foot on the floorboard and just kind of pull up. There is, if you grab underneath here, you can see where the plastics insert into the floorboard, except Seth's is filled with mud, so you can't even do that.
Yeah, good luck.
Thanks, Seth.
You know what?
There we go. And there's one. So basically, just pop it out to that point. Same thing with the front. Just like that. So on the back side here, you have the 10 millimeter nut. And then you also have 10 millimeter bolt right here. It's gonna be hard to get the impact in here, but I always forget about this one. There we go. And then grab a hold of her. Now I can pull the floorboard off. Yay. Completely forgot about that guy. All right. Hey, look at that, it moves now. There we go. And
voila.
Left side off, garbage. Actually, might buy those off you, not gonna lie, for Dad Squad. They're in better shape than his. All right, so same thing on the right side here, except now you have 5 volts. So you got 5 little ones. Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I guess it works when you loosen it, not tight.
When I was tightening the clean threads, going back and forth. All right. This side is a little bit harder to remove, admittedly. So same thing, T30 right here. This Makita sounds like it's struggling. Look at all the dirt that's falling out of that nut alone. Now you usually have your two T20s here. Sets are gone, so ignore that part.
Actually, those 2 T20s that you're talking about are holding my snorkel on.
Oh, there you go. So same thing.
Same thing as the other side.
Same thing as the other side here. All right, and we're back, folks. Seth decided to put a screw into nothing, we found out. So that was the reason why we couldn't get that screw out. Right now, Seth's actually removing this guy here, which I'll give him a hand with, I guess. Like I said, this is the trickier part here, is just getting to this screw back here. All right, got it. All right, then you just do the scoopy trick. So you don't drop it, and voila, there's your nut. Dump it in there. I said, I'm not sure, I don't think we're gonna be using that again.
No, we don't use most of that stuff again.
Now, Seth's very gently gonna remove this floorboard and not break anything, because he's not destructive at all.
Ha ha! You're funny. Did you take the screw out? Yeah.
That was a good noise. Whatever that was. That was a great noise. See, that's why I do the gentler technique of just like working them out slowly. If you grab a hold of these from the back side, it makes things a lot easier because it just loosens them right up.
This is where it becomes a little bit of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, this side's a little trickier side because of that brake lever. A lot of times you have to bend the plastic around said brake lever because it has to drop between the motor and the yeah, so you have to push down on the brake now, or pull out on it, either or.
Well, you gotta kind of get it to the point where, there we go.
All right, Seth managed to get that somehow. Well, you are the most destructive person I've ever seen in my life.
There you go.
Sure, yeah, let's just do it that way. Don't destroy those, I need those.
I have 2 sets of them now.
Well, I need to get your good ones because then you're gonna want my Dad Squad.
They're both good.
All right, now normally there's bolts you could see exposed, but Seth, what you got going on here, bud? Got a little bit of a...
Little sticks and debris. And
might be a good opportunity to wash your quad, but...
It would be. Who wants
I'm not gonna say anything. So right now Seth's just exposing the bolt holes that should be there, that are completely buried in mud.
There's one
We
there.
have some more 10 millimeters. I think they're also 10 millimeters on the back side too. Can we actually see what we're doing now?
Yes.
You sure about that?
I'll clean out the other side.
Thank you. I'll show them where these ones are located while I do that. All right, so now they can actually see. Still gross in there. You got a bolt hole here. Got a bolt there. And you got one there, and there should be one way back there.
It's in front of the... It's right there. Yeah, okay.
Yep. Got her. Yep, so we just got to remove those bolts. And I think possibly, if I remember correctly, to remove these guys, did you have to loosen up to break it all? No, you just pulled it out.
Nope, you should just pull it out.
All right, so basically just got to take those guys out real quick. And
10 millimeter, they have the square on the bottom.
Oh, so even better. Awesome.
So you don't have to put any kind of a wrench underneath.
Sweet. All right, let's get to it.
So if you keep your finger pressed up on it, because see how it's got a square?
Square tip stuff.
It fits into the thing, so as you go to loosen it, just keep pressure on it.
Yep.
She'll pop right out for you.
Should. Keyword there.
Should.
Should.
I mean, if mine look like this and they pop right out, yours should.
Yeah, there's no special way to remove these guys. Brute force.
Oh, this side's the
harder one.
The more fun part, because got this great fucking piece.
There you go. She out. And that's it. You're all done. Yeah, you just ride your quad like that. It's really hard to balance on these. Your foot goes right through here. Most likely going to get a rod or a rock or a stump right through you. But what are you doing? You're just getting the floor dirty.
Yeah,
I need those. I need those, by the way.
Rooms for.
Can I have the metal things?
This side comes off.
Yeah, that's really easy.
All right, so when you open up your hardware package, there'll be a whole bunch of random bolts and everything, washers. The shortest ones are going to go to
your clamps.
Then you have a medium and a long. They're going to go to your wheel well. So 2 medium, 2 long on each side, 4 washers, 4 nuts.
Not lock nuts.
They are lock nuts.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is where you're going to grab your 4 mil Allen head. You can use socket style like we got. And then 7/16. And now we're going to go ahead and start installing this bad boy.
Hell yeah.
All right. I want to see how if these are everything I imagined them being. They should. I think they will be.
So...
I believe those go on the outside, yep. Oh, dude, that's gonna look so freaking good. All right, guys, so we got all the bolts and hardware basically installed onto the quad. So basically how it works is your medium-sided bolts are gonna be for these 2 front most outer holes away from the belt box. Same thing on the other side, it's gonna be your furthest away from the motor. The longest bolts you get supplied with are gonna go here and here. And now all your short bolts are gonna go all the way around. So you got 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, 2 there. And then in the back side, you have the really nice clamps that they have. So basically it's just a metal plate that just clamps the plastic. So this is actually going to face upwards. It's just falling over because we just set all the screws in here. We still have to tighten everything up. But that'll be facing upwards just like that one is. Back there, same thing with this guy up front. So this one actually kind of nice because it actually holds up this plastic tab, which is awesome. And then again, nice metal plate to help grip onto the plastics there. Now, one thing I love about this is it actually goes between the 2 factory tabs that hold the screws for the factory footwells. So if you ever want to sell your quad and you didn't want the footwells going with it, you can easily just take these off, throw your stock floorboards back on, and you'll be good to go. But I mean, look at how good the fit and finish is, guys. I mean, super, super clean look so far. We haven't even had this tightened up yet, but it looks awesome already. I mean, the gaps and everything here, like I said, it's not to tighten up, but everything's just like morphed perfectly to the stock plastics. It looks really, really good. So right now we're just gonna go ahead and snug this whole side up, see what it looks like all done, throw the other side on, and we'll be good to go. As Seth's fixing our mics, because we just realized we filmed half of this and our mics were dying. So that's really great. All right, catch you in a sec. All right, so this part we do not recommend an impact for because you obviously don't want to mess up your new floorboards and you don't want to over tighten them and crack the plastics. You want them tight enough to where they clamp the plastics, but you're not freaking gonna break your plastics because don't be stupid. Be smart. This is going to snug them up.
Now you do actually have to get them fairly tight because as your quad flexes while you're riding, they will
moving around.
Yeah,
because these are going to be a lot more rigid mounted than the stock ones because this is actually metal on metal. So these things are not moving while your plastics are bouncing around. So you're going to want to make sure that they are snug. Just like I said, not snug enough to where it's going to crack your plastics.
It's snug.
See, when you tighten the other one up, it'll pull that in though. That's what I was saying. Finish looks so good.
And yeah, this gap isn't going to go away.
You can push. You should be able to push it in a little bit.
Let's see.
Because it looks like it's wide enough for it.
Like I feel like they should have put one there too, so you could have actually sucked that in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you this because I'm gonna push. Maybe it'll.
We're gonna try to see if we can get that little bit of a gap out right there.
I don't think it's gonna really work, but
probably not.
Yeah, that's about it. Good.
Oh, you want me to tighten? There you go. So really good fit and finish here. Basically, this line fit follows nicely along the plastics now. So there is a little bit of a gap here. That's okay. Not too bad. This side looks really good.
Yeah, the back side is super tight.
Yeah, super tight there. We are going to trim those plastics up a little bit there. But right now, we're actually going to move over to the other side and get the other side on and see what it looks like. All right.
So
right side.
Let us see how this actually goes together. I know somebody commented on one of our videos, one of Marshall's videos, about you don't show the struggles.
This one I don't think it's gonna be much of a struggle, dude, because the plate's thin enough to slide right over top of that brake pretty easy.
Angle a little bit.
Really easy. Are you kidding
Actually,
me?
that was fucking super easy.
That's what I was saying.
That was insanely easy.
That's what I was gonna say, dude. This should be way easier than stock. Dude.
Wow.
For oil changes and stuff like that, it's gonna be amazing.
So again, long bolt. I don't know if this actually recorded.
Yeah, our audio was having a little bit of issues before.
So long bolt towards the back, shorter bolt towards the front.
Medium bolt goes in.
Well, shorter for the wheel wells.
Yep.
Shorter on the front.
And they show no washers on the top side either, so.
I mean, it just gives you a really nice, clean looking finish. I mean, it really does. So your shortest of your bolts is the one that goes through.
Clamps your plastics together.
Yeah, so it's long, medium,
kind of self-explanatory when you see it. So yeah, there was no instructions included.
Maybe they'll link this video to their
to the page. Yeah, possibly. So yeah, basically you could figure this out pretty easily if you didn't have instructions, because we just kind of laid everything out on the table, see what we had, and everything just made sense right away with the length of the bolts.
When you go to put these on,
up.
You want the meat of it up.
Yep.
So you're gonna put it on like that.
This way that gets all the clamping force on the plastics.
This is a pain in the butt slightly. It's not really per se a pain in the butt. It's just, you know, getting everything kind of.
It's a six-handed operation.
Yeah, pushed in together.
Yep.
You know.
At least you don't have the 32s on there already, because that'd make things a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, if you took the tires off, this would be way freaking easier.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
So I'm gonna give Seth a hand here, but basically this is a little bit of like a three-handed operation.
Apparently I have the
need somebody to help hold the bolts on one side.
It's just a little bit easier.
To be honest, they're all like this. I need 6 hands. So as I'm holding here, Seth's just putting the plate on along with the nuts and the washers that go on. There you go. And the cool part about these, obviously they're metal. So if you want to do some really custom crazy stuff, you could paint these all kinds of custom colors.
Absolutely.
You powder coat them differently. They just kind of give you this like normal black textured finish for the...
which is actually a really nice finish.
It is. Seems to be done well and stuff. We'll see how it holds up over time. But yeah, I mean, you could get these done red if you wanted. If you had a red quad like this or something like that. I think the black on red looks good as it is. So I don't think there's any need to do that.
Seth believes his quad has got too much red on it as it is.
Not too tight now.
Snug them up.
All right, guys. So we just got this side all tightened up. We actually did the side backwards. I mean, kind of got the same results, but we tightened up the plastics side first and then the bottom so we could move it around. Basically, for both sides, we just pulled them all the way out because we wanted as much clearance as we could to the motor. Just give it room to flex and stuff like that, because when you're banging the rear end off logs and stuff under the mud, she flexes.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna go through and actually
cut off the bolts, the bolt ends and stuff like that.
You know, just so it's one less thing to get hung up. I will say I didn't really notice it before, but now if you look at every other brand out there, they put whatever they are, like as big as they can everywhere.
Oh, their logo.
Quad Logic, literally.
Just a little guy.
It.
Yeah.
I mean,
not too flashy.
You know what? I think that's pretty cool because, you know, it's not, you're not sitting there like representing some brand like that isn't endorsing you or paying you to rock their stuff.
Yeah, the other brand that's over there says it on the same floorboard twice.
Yeah.
Not once, twice.
You know, I mean, that's awesome if they're paying you to, you know, use their stuff, but if they're not paying you to use their stuff, the hell, I don't want their name on it.
We don't like super flashy stuff. At least I don't. I like things that kind of look stockish. This looks like it could be a good tween. This could have been a factory upgrade from a Can-Am.
Absolutely.
Like from Can-Am themselves. I mean, it looks good. Fit and finish is really good so far.
Yeah, really.
I said no real gap. There's like the slightest little gap here. Here.
There is a gap right
This guy was a little bit better.
You know.
But not bad at all. I mean,
it's not terrible.
No, it's really, really, really good. All right, so now we just got to put the plastics back on real quick. That should only take us a minute.
Yep.
Then we're gonna jack this thing up.
Jack this up, jack that up.
Yep, jack up the other quad. And
whop them out.
32s are going on.
Oh yeah, it's about freaking time.
All right, guys, so just getting the 32s fitted up. So these are actually Seth's stock wheels that came on the quad. But he got the aftermarket ones, and then when he got 650, obviously that came with 12s. So he put the 14s on off of this. But so this is where the Can-Ams have the clearance issues with 32s. Is when the suspension completely droops, because as the suspension droops, the wheel actually comes forward because it's a trailing arm. So as you can see, we got plenty of room. He could almost get 33s in here. I think they said these will fit up to 32s. These aren't true 32s, so it'd be a really tight 33 in here because we have like an inch of clearance. So really, really cool. Like I said, this is what the suspension at full droop is, which is where it's gonna rub usually in the rear. Now front, we haven't mounted up yet, but we'll check that out when we get those on. All right, guys, so she's back on the ground. So as you can see, we have tons of clearance up front. I mean, there's gonna be no problem steering at all. That's where it would touch, if anything. Got like over an inch of clearance there. And in the back here, now that she's on the ground, obviously we gained like another good quarter to half an inch. Seth is now rocking 32s. So right now we're gonna go ahead, pull this thing outside and show you in some better lighting what these things actually look like on this quad. Set this to the quad around the yard. Everything looks good, no rubbing or anything like that, which is expected because that's why we're doing floorboards. But yeah, the only thing we got to do yet is just trim right there a little bit, just to clean up that look. But this you can't even see because it's behind the
fender flare
there. So, but that all looks good. This all looks really good down here. It's very dirty because Seth had to get his dirty shoes all in there. Why would you do that?
It's kind of hard to ride it.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, as you can see, plenty of clearance. More than enough. I think you'd almost get away with 33s. They said these are only good up to 32s.
That's what they say, but these are also short tire. These are probably measured more like a 31 1/4 right now.
Most likely, yeah.
So,
yep,
they're a little short.
Not bad though. Now, the thing we didn't film, but I'm sure it fits perfectly because everything else did, is how to do the inners, because Seth leaves his inners out. But there is the provisions for it right down there, as you can probably see. And they actually brought them forward to where the stock footwells are, so this way you can still run your stock inners.
Which is really nice because I don't think any other company takes that into consideration.
No.
So.
No, that's really nice. But yeah, these things are sturdy. They're not going anywhere. Show them the fender flex. Give them a little shaky shake. Just to show you how sturdy these things are. He's kneeling on it right now. I mean, he's moving the whole quad. The plastics aren't even moving.
And I'm a fat bastard. that's 250 pounds pushing on that thing.
Really good. The other thing we found out that fit really well is actually the plastics again. So,
oh yeah.
Seth said actually when he did the other floorboards on his wife's quad with the other brand,
these side panels were such a pain in the ass to get in and out, but you know, here they actually fit.
It looks good. I like them.
Yeah, no, I like them a lot. It took a long time, but you know.
Yeah, we did some talking with.
We've been talking to them for a while.
Yeah, we've been talking to QuadLogic for a little while, and they said finally gotten something that works with them, and now we're going to bring you guys some more content on things they have to offer, which is really cool. And this is the first one. This is the biggest thing we're excited about. They do have things, like I said, like ball joints, tie rods, you name it. They basically have it.
They got wheel bearings because
I believe they do. I believe they do. Yes. Yeah, you need wheel bearings. We found out.
Actually, one of the things that I'm going to grab from them too.
They got
instead of having on your front diff for your fill in your drain plugs, they actually have it with a head on it, so you can actually use a wrench instead of an Allen that can possibly strip it out. Plus, they have a magnet on it, so.
They do have some cooler accessories, like they have gas cap, I believe.
Yeah, gas cap, shifter.
Oil cap, I believe, for the oil filter. Bunch of little accessories and stuff like that. Like I said, they're still newer in the Can-Am game, but they're coming out with more stuff as we speak. So,
but their Polaris game is very strong.
Yeah, they got tons of Polaris stuff. Like I said, we might even bring Seth's Polaris back to the channel maybe in springtime. Throw some stuff on it maybe. All right guys, so if you're interested in getting these floorboards for yourself, make sure you head on over to QuadLogic's website. They got these things in stock right now, so grab some. I think these are the better buy out of all of them, to be completely honest. Just the look, fit, and finish and everything is just night and day compared to all the ones we've seen out there. So with that, make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. We really appreciate all the support. And Seth, where can they catch us on the interwebs?
All right, you can catch us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Not that we post on TikTok, but we might as well delete our account, but all right, until next time, we'll catch you later on Let Dirt Fly.
Have you forgotten where you were?